Okay, children, a very good morning to all of you. So, in the previous class, I was discussing about the concept of what? Rectangle and its properties. Okay. Now, the last part of this chapter is about square, which is another special types of quadrilateral. Special type of quadrilateral. Let us discuss what is a square and its properties. Children, the concept of square is not new for you. You have been reading about square from class 1. If I ask you what is a square, you can easily answer. Sir, in a square all sides are equal. Sir, in a square each angle is 90 degree. Okay, these are the things, elementary things which we know from our junior class. Okay, but now we will define it in some other way. In some broader sense, we will define the concept of square. What is a square? See, I have drawn a figure. Look at the figure. A, B, C, D. Look at the quadrilateral. It is no doubt a quadrilateral. There are 4 sides. Now, children, tell me, if I produce A, B and C, D, this is one pair of opposite sides. Now, if I produce or extend A, B and C, D, if I produce this pair and this pair, do you think that they will intersect anywhere in the plane? The answer is clearly no. They will not at all intersect. That means this line and this line are parallel. Okay, this pair. Now similarly, what about the other pair of opposite sides? That is AD and BC. If they are also again extended, they will also never intersect anywhere. That means AD and BC, these are also parallel. Okay. So we can say that both pairs of opposite sides of this quadrilateral are parallel. That means it is a parallelogram. Yes. That should be the first condition for a quadrilateral to become a what? Square. Like rectangle. Rectangle is a parallelogram. Similarly, every square is also a parallelogram. That means in order that a quadrilateral will become a square, first condition it must satisfy it should be a what? It should be a parallelogram. What is the second condition? In rectangle I said one angle 90 degree, at least one angle should be 90 degree. In square also, because we know in a square each angle 90 degree. So this one angle should be 90 degrees. See, now if it is a parallelogram and one angle 90 degree, then it will become a rectangle, not a square. So for square, it must satisfy another condition. So what is the third condition? The first condition, see, the first condition is it should be a parallelogram. The quadrilateral ABCD should be a parallelogram. Second condition, one angle must be 90 degree. Then what is the third condition? The third condition is one pair of adjacent sides. See, any one pair you can take. Suppose AB and AD. It is one pair adjacent side. Then AB and AD must be equal. One pair of adjacent. This is the third condition. So children, now you tell me what are the different conditions which must be satisfied by a quadrilateral so that it will become a what? Square. What are the three conditions? You see, I have written here. A quadrilateral should be what? It should be a parallelogram. First condition. Second condition, one angle. Any one angle must be or should be 90 degree. And the third condition is one pair of adjacent sides. Any one pair of adjacent sides should be equal. Then only we say that the quadrilateral will be a what? Square. Now see, and I have written here, if ABCD is a parallelogram, if this quadrilateral, suppose ABCD is a quadrilateral and this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, it is given to you. And one angle A, suppose 90 degree it is given. And you are also given that AB equal to AD. That means one pair adjacent side equal. Then closing your eyes you can say that it will be a square. Okay. So these are the 3 conditions needed for a quadrilateral to become a square. Okay. So this is the concept. Had we read it in earlier classes? The answer is clearly no. In earlier classes, what was the idea of square? The idea of square was all sides equal and each angle 90 degree. But now we read the concept of square in another way or in another form. Okay. So I hope you understood what is square. Now let us investigate the properties of square. Children, if you draw any square, see, already you know some of the properties. Some of the properties means all sides are equal. All sides of a square are equal, each angle 90 degree. These are some of the properties of square which we already know. But still we do not know many more properties. What are the other properties of a square? Let me discuss. Okay, children, take a square. See, suppose draw a square. Okay, this is a square. Now you join one of the diagonals. You join this diagonal. You see, since this angle is 90 degree, you can easily find the length of, if you are given the sides of the, if the side of square is given, you can easily compute the length of the diagonal. Okay. Now you can easily compute the length of diagonal using Pythagoras theorem. And similarly, this diagonal you can also find because this angle is also 90 degree. See, this angle is, suppose this is 3 cm, this is 4 cm. Now you can easily compute the length of the two diagonals AC and BD. And by Pythagoras theorem, if you use Pythagoras theorem to to find AC and BD, you know what is Pythagoras theorem? It will be 3 square plus 4 square square root, it will be 5 centimeter, you see. So AC will be 5 cm, BD will also be 5 cm, you see. Using the concept of Pythagoras theorem and drawing any square, you can easily find the length of the diagonals. So what is our conclusion? You see, the two diagonals are 5 cm each. That means the two diagonals of a square are also equal. And in a rectangle also it was equal. See children, in a rectangle, what is the similarity between rectangle and square? See, in properties, the two diagonals of a rectangle are equal and the two diagonals of a square are also equal. Okay? So this is one of the important properties which we had never read earlier and we have to remember at this stage. Okay? Now, what is the other property? See children, suppose you draw any square. See, if you draw any square, you can easily draw square with the help of round or pencil and scale. Suppose this is a square ABCD. Okay? Okay, the edge of each, the side of each side of the square is say 5 cm. You draw and this angle 90 degree you know. Now, you join one diagonal, you join another diagonal. See, join the two diagonals. Join the two diagonals. Let us see something more about the relation between the two diagonals of a square. One relation I said, the length of the two diagonals of a square are also equal like that of your rectangle. Then what is the other relation between the two diagonals? Let us see. Now, if you draw a square and if you draw the two diagonals, then you measure OA and OC. If you measure the length of OA and OC, you will find that they are also equal. The length of OA and OC. Suppose AC, if AC is equal to, suppose if AC equal to 10 cm, suppose, then your OA and OC will be equal to half of AC, that is 5 cm. You see, if the length of this diagonal is 10 cm AC, then the length of each part, that is OA and OC, will be 5 cm each. What does it mean? It means the diagonal has been bisected, AC has been bisected. Similarly, you see, as it is a square, if AC is 10 cm, BD is also 10 cm, because just I told you now that the two diagonals are equal. Now, so what will happen? OB and OD, the length of OB and OD, they will also be equal. So from this, what will be our conclusion? The conclusion will be the two diagonals bisect each other, like your rectangle. In rectangle, the two diagonals bisect each other. In square, in rhombus, the two diagonals bisect each other. In parallelogram, the two diagonals bisect each other. And in a similar manner, we can prove that the two diagonals of a square, they also bisect each other. Now the point is, if the two diagonals of a square bisect each other like your rectangle, your rhombus and parallelogram, then what about this angle? What about these angles? You see. What about these angles? You see. Whether these angles, each of these angles will be 90 degree measure or it will be less than 90 or more than 90, whatever. What will be the measure of each angle? What will be the measure of each angle at the point of bisection O in case of square? If you measure this with protractor, you will find that each angle is again equal to 90 degree. That means AOB will be a right triangle, BOC will be another right triangle, COD will be another right triangle, and DOA will be another right triangle. That means there are 4 right triangles or right angle triangles at the point of bisection O in a square. So what will be our conclusion, children, about the other property of diagonals of a square? Now the two diagonals of a square, they bisect each other and they bisect at 90 degree, like your rhombus, but not like parallelogram and what? Parallelogram and your rectangle. In parallelogram and rectangle, simply the two diagonals bisect each other. Okay? But like rhombus, the two diagonals of a square, they also bisect each other at 90 degrees. So these are the properties of, you see, these are the properties, main properties of what? Square I discussed. The two diagonals are equal. The two diagonals of a square bisect each other at 90 degree. Okay? Then all sides equal, each angle 90 degree. These are some of the properties of your square. Children, I discussed all the important properties of your parallelogram, parallelogram, then I discussed rhombus, then I discussed rectangle, then the last one is square. I discussed then trapezium first I had discussed trapezium, okay. So we discussed all the special types of quadrilateral and some of the properties, okay. So these are the important properties of all quadrilaterals which you need to remember, okay. If you remember, if you understand and you remember, you can easily solve problems based on these properties. Basing on these properties, problems will come in the exam, and you have to solve those problems using these properties. Hence, it is very, very important to understand the properties, I mean the concept of all these special types of quadrilateral and their properties. Then only we can solve problems. Okay. So with this, we came to the end of this chapter, that is understanding quadrilateral, and I discussed everything in detail, starting from polygon to square. Okay, I discussed everything. So we will discuss problems on this chapter, particularly those important problems which are likely to come in the exam in some other classes. With this, we came to the end of the chapter, that is understanding quadrilateral. Okay, and I hope and I am sure that you must have understood whatever I discussed in this chapter. Okay, that is understanding quadrilateral. So we will again meet with problems from this chapter in the next class. Thank you.